the already established international templates that's already operating. And in compliance with what ICAO has issued very yourself as actually the very minimum of what should be doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Captain Amin.
Thank you, sir. My understanding what you have just presented on the board is first it depends on the complexity of the organization to have a maintenance manager. Our problem here is not just the maintenance manager. We are compelled to employ a licensed engineer. And I'm in flying training school. I'm not in an AMO. If you are saying, according to the complexity you have presented here, is that if you are an AMO and you also have an ATO, then there might be a requirement for a
No, we have just seen the ICAO doc, and it defines light, medium, and heavy ATO operator. You're in the light ATO category, and like Mary said, you don't need a maintenance manager or a maintenance liaison officer or a maintenance anything, because you're just an ATO. It's only if you are an ATO that's also an AMO, and you're going to start doing work that needs to be certified, that you need to sign CRSs, etc. That's why you need a maintenance manager. 99s does not need a maintenance manager. So let's be clear about that. Are we together? Or what are we not getting? Explain what we're not getting.
Maybe, sir, we need to explain this.
Yes.
This maintenance manager is a new introduction. It is not a renaming. And it states, if applicable. And if you read further, it says a maintenance manager, this is Doc 9841. A maintenance manager is required if the ATO operates devices for which the Civil Aviation Authority regulations mandate a maintenance program, e.g. aircrafts, qualified simulation training devices, or air traffic control equipment. In other words, any ATO that operates an aircraft will require a maintenance manager. Now the point is this, we do not mind having a maintenance manager. There is no problem with it. It's a standard. We do not mind complying with it. Our problem lies in the qualifications of this manager. KCAA have made a proposal that the qualifications of this manager will, among other things, be a licensed engineer. That is number one. Give me
I know what has been proposed. You don't need to read it.
Yes, sir. So licensed engineer says at least, sorry.
You don't need to read it, Colonel. Colonel, it's not necessary to read it.
We need to point, we need to drive the point home, sir.
But I don't know what point you're trying to drive home when I've declared that you don't need a maintenance manager.
Sir,
So I'm not understanding you. Because Mary made it very clear where the reason saying it's if applicable. Okay? I know what you're reading, if it is applicable. But when you go to the diagram of ICAO, the same document down there, where it shows a lower level ATO, there's no maintenance manager. A medium ATO, there's no maintenance manager. It's a heavy ATO that has a maintenance program that they are undertaking. In other words, they're training engineers. Those engineers are also going to be licensing signatories to documents. That's why you need a maintenance manager. Or have I got it wrong?
Maybe Sheila can help us because she's the one who comes to audits, and she doesn't think we are a small organization, sir.
Yes, that's
She
true.
thinks otherwise, and here she is. Maybe she can explain it further.
Yeah. The document does say you need a maintenance manager if applicable, and you're correct, Colonel Ali. A maintenance manager is required in an ATO that has aircraft or simulators or air traffic control equipment. And maybe to make it clear, the issue here is that we are not refusing to have a maintenance manager. We are only dealing with the qualifications that we are proposing for the maintenance manager. So the issue here is that you want the maintenance manager to actually not have a license, to probably have a degree and a diploma, if I can remember correctly with the matrix you sent us. So Mary, the issue is not having a maintenance manager, it's just the qualifications. So they do require a maintenance manager. If applicable, is only dependent on the kind of operations within the ATO. So maybe we can deal with the qualifications, not small or...
When is a maintenance manager not applicable?
If the ATO is dealing with other kinds of training that are not coming into contact with an aircraft or a simulator. So example is FOO training. An ATO that does FOO training will not require a maintenance manager. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think Sheila got me right. That
Sorry?
all ATOs that do flying will require a maintenance manager. We have no problem. We will want to have one. But the requirements here, the qualifications here, just listen, I would like to read loudly so that everybody can read because we haven't projected it. That A, must have a degree or diploma in aeronautical engineering or the equivalent acceptable to the authority. B, be a licensed maintenance engineer. C, have at least 5 years experience in maintaining the aircraft, 2 years of which as a certifying staff for the most complex or largest aircraft applied for in the ATO. Have appropriate type training on aircraft operated by the ATO. And E, have attended a management or supervisory course. So our problem is not in the person, it is in the qualifications. We feel this is just too much for an individual whose job will be basically liaison. So that is where we are coming from.
Thank you for that. Sorry for, we seem to be many of us here. Just to explain to you one more time that we have acknowledged that that is a little too much, as you say. We have got ICAO documents that you have read, and we have discussed that at length. We have seen the aircraft. If an ATO that operates aircrafts, the ATOs that don't operate aircrafts, but the ATOs that operate aircrafts, the flight training, etc., you will require. Now, the fact that you are not maintaining your craft yourself, but you'll have somebody who is working within your organization, ensuring maintenance is done properly by your contracted AMO, if you are not maintaining it yourself. So that's what we are saying. The qualifications, we have said we'll bring them down, and as we have put there, those are mostly on a large AMO. Whatever you're saying is applicable to an AMO, but not to an ATO that is not maintaining aircraft. So that has contracted maintenance service outside. So that's understood. We shall now sit and come up with a proper item, and we shall solve this matter, okay? I think that's agreeable. We can close this matter, showing that we have heard, and that is well. Thank you, Mr. There's one more person there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank
Stand by one. I want to talk. I've
Sir,
stood up to talk.
Sir, you are cleared to show.
So now, I would like to apologize to Kano. It looks like what I was saying was totally wrong. I was corrected by our inspector in PEL, and she specializes in ATO, and what she says is correct. So my sincere apologies for having the wrong interpretation. And I thank God I've got qualified people to help me in these things. And to say it in public, when I am wrong. So I was wrong, and I apologize. I'm very sorry.
Most obliged, sir.
Can I see Bwana Nyajui?
Yeah, I can see here there are two terms, maintenance manager. Now we seem to be through with that. There's somebody else called head of maintenance, who is now required in a AOC. The one I had released in the morning. Head of maintenance in a company with one helicopter, and his qualification is exactly almost the same what he have just read here. And his job is the same. He was liaising with the AMO. In fact, there's nothing he is maintaining. You have even indicated in AOC maintenance requirement regulation 61, except for pre-flight inspection, an operator shall not operate an aircraft if I've got an AMO. So the only thing this guy can do, is just add oil. Nothing else can do. Because even lighting a defect in the tech sheet of the helicopter is only me who is allowed as a pilot. He can't light. And it's there. He cannot light anything. Why am I having an engineer who holds an aircraft maintenance engineer license with a specific or group type rating? You know, that's too much. When this guy does nothing. He just comes in the morning, he just goes to the computer, play cards the whole day, then he goes home. He does nothing else.
I think that's the same issue. The same issue with the ATO is also handled the same. I think our sister manager, flight operations, mentioned the same. She also screened the ICAO document. Is that correct? Yeah, she also screened the ICAO document on the AOC.